Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. Doing something a little new, a little different, a little out there. Well, it's not really. There's a lot of them. Challenge. That's what we do. Challenges, they're fun. It's how we take a game we know and we love and just make it a bit different. So, I asked my viewers of my Twitch channel, which you can find in the description down below. It is twitch.tv/TheBardicKnock. What challenge should I do? And I had a few different suggestions, few this, few that. And the one which stood out to me was, can I beat Pokemon Emerald with a team of just one Wooper? Now, I thought, yeah, that sounds alright. Wooper, it's got good defensive typing. You know, it's basically the same as Swampert. That should be fine. Well, I'll just jump on in and we see how that goes. So, using the Universal Pokemon Randomizer, I replaced Mudkip with Wooper, so the run would be as challenging as possible. And we do our first battle. It's against a Zigzagoon. It's no problems. Wooper starts with Water Gun, and we just smash through it. Easy. If the rest of the run is going to be like this, I think we're going to be okay. As soon as we could, we got our Wooper, and we took it back to Professor Birch. We got to give it a nickname. We decided to nickname the Wooper after the person in the Discord server, which also is in that link down below, who suggested this, so we named our Wooper Inclassed. Alright. We did a little bit of grinding, not loads, and we thought we can go take on May. Mistake. We don't have a neutral move. Usually at this point you've got Tackle or Scratch or Pound or whatever. We just have Water Gun. We do nothing to this Trico. And it is a slow grind. As we just chip away, getting nowhere, really. It's, oh boy. It's a whole thing. And eventually, we drop. We go away, grind a few levels, get to level 11, so we get our first neutral move, being Slam. Slight downside, Slam has terrible accuracy. But eventually, rolls in our favour, we one-shot the Trico, and we get our win against our rival. It's pretty easy up until then, and we can just speed on off to Roxanne. Fighting Roxanne, it's a sweep. We just Water Gun our way through the first two Geodudes, just one shot, boom, dropped, down, done, finished. The difficulty arises when the Nose Pass comes out. Now this Nose Pass, we're the same level, level 15. It has insane special defense. Add on top the Super Potions, the Oran Berry, it just takes a while. But eventually, we get through. We just chip away, chip it down, even after the second potion gets thrown. It's doing basically nothing to us, so we just keep going. We just chug, a lug, all the way through. And basically no real problems. And we get to level 16, which gets us Mudshot, which is pretty cool. The next important battle was one I didn't expect, being May, outside of Rustborough. Starts off poorly, get confused, and we end up doing most of the damage to ourselves, really. It doesn't go our way fantastically. Sends out a Trico, one shot. This is gonna be a problem. We come back at level 20 and try again. Luckily, our first Slam hits. We're doing well. It's okay. The Absorb hits us for a big chunk of damage, which ain't fun. But to guarantee hitting, we didn't want to risk Slam. We went for Mudshot on the second shot to get the win. This Grass weakness ain't gonna go in our favor. Next up is Brawley. We arrived to Brawley, And we've done nothing here. We've just thought, hey, let's go and let's try our best. And it starts out not too bad. We get a crit for the win against Matchup, just using our Mud Shot. We stop Meditite from using Focus Punch by hitting it. And that's all it does, so we just take it down and get a second crit for a win. Now, Makuhita. This battle is so infuriatingly close. After he boosted his defenses, we figured we'd see how we do it with Water Gun, so we switched it up. We lost. Let's go grind. Come in, Mud Shot. Get Machop to use up potion. Meditite, Mud Shot. Use up a second potion, take it down. Makuhita bulks up, gets its berry popped, and then going for the win. It's not the easiest battle in the world, but we get through it. Next up is probably one of the hardest fights in the game. The rival under the cycling road. Starts out with a Wingull, who immediately whacks us for confusion. We try and set up some amnesias to protect ourselves against the Grovyle, but the Grovyle can two-shot us with absorbs. It isn't working. So we go away and grind. We come back 6 levels higher, at level 35. Bear in mind, whilst I was streaming this, which you should go check out the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/TheBardicKnock, where I do all of these. Every time we leveled, we came back and tried. So this wasn't me over-leveling, this is how long it took. Immediately, one shot with a slam, get rid of a Wingull, the Grovyle comes out, and we take the absorb, but it takes us down to half health. One shot with a critical hit on the slam for the finish. And finally, the Slugma, which Mud Shot gives us a really easy victory. Next up is Watson. Watson is really easy, especially considering we learned Earthquake in this gym. So we literally just Earthquake through the entire team. Watson has nothing for us. It starts to feel a little bit dangerous because we're so slow. We take a hit every time someone comes in, but we tank out just enough to make it to the Manectric and finish with the Earthquake. We have to head up to Mount Chimney, where we take on Maxie. Maxie comes out. We leveled a lot just getting here. We are now level 43. And we just Earthquake our way through this mighty Anna. It takes some time, but we get there. Next up is the Zubat. Zubat, we don't have loads for, so we just Water Gun and chip away down at it until it falls. Finally, Camerupt. Camerupt is really easy for us. One shot, win, done. After getting a little bit lost and confused in the gym, we caught Flannery. Thankfully, we have the perfect Pokemon for this, as we just chip away, switching between Earthquake and Water Gun to take out the whole team. It's pretty simple. Easy wins. See? Okay, so now it's time to go beat up our dad. We're doing quite well so far. We've hit a good stride. We hit level 50 on our grind on the way over, and I think we've got this. So we Earthquake the Spinder, easy win. Earthquake on the Vigoroth, easy knockout. The Lanoon. Belly Drums, which could be scary, but lets us Earthquake for the victory. And finally, the Slacking comes out. Now, Slacking is dangerous, but it has one fatal weakness. Truant. Truant means that it only gets to attack every other turn. So, if things go my way and it doesn't kill me in one shot, I can use a Yawn and put this thing to sleep, and it works. The Slacking tried to counter on turn 1, which meant that it would fall to sleep, and all I have to do is Earthquake to win. Boom. Easy. We smash our way through the Weather Institute, and a rival fight which I was not prepared for because I forgot it existed, just outside the Weather Institute. We get one shot by a Leaf Blade. So we go away, we grind a little bit more. We put on the Quick Claw to outspeed, and we sweep her. Before even getting to Winnowa, there was a trainer in her gym that, just watch, look how many times I try to defeat this trainer. and I have 25 levels on it. This 4 times weakness and terrible defenses is not good for us. This has really made the run impossibly difficult at times. I don't even want to count how many losses I'm showing you right here, because it is insane. We finally get the win against this Tropius by getting a crit, which nearly takes it down. We hit Winnowa. Winnowa, I think, is going to be quite easy at first. We take out the Swablu and the Tropius pretty easy. This Pelipper gives us a little bit of difficulty, making use of its Protect and whatnot. We get to our target. This is what I was scared for. We put it to sleep, and we keep chipping away at it, hoping to finally get a win. And we get there after it wastes its time between the yawns dragon dancing, letting us chip away to get the victory. Next up is the final rival fight at Lilycove City. Same issue as always, we get one shot by a Leaf Blade. I tried this a lot of times, as you can see, until eventually I lost my patience. And I checked out how much money I had kicking around and figured, alright, it is time to go and get Ice Beam. So, what we did is we flew on over to the place, Morville. We shot on over there, and we sold everything in our inventory so we could buy Ice Beam. We got it. With Ice Beam equipped, I think we can finally get some coverage and some revenge for all these one-shots we've taken to these 4 times super effective grass moves. May sends out her Tropius. We Ice Beam. One shot. It's down. Grovyle comes out. I'm fairly certain we can tank a hit. Crit. Down. Over. No. I still think we can do it. We go in again. Ice Beam. Tropius down. Leaf Blade comes out, hits her, and drops us down to 15 hit points. We Ice Beam. Finish it. It's over. May sends out Slugma. Easy hit. Earthquake. Win. She sends out Pelipper, and with only 18 hit points left, it looks like it could be a loss. Miraculously, Ice Beam hits a freeze, allowing us just enough chip damage to take it out. Wooper keeps trying to evolve. You're not allowed to do that in class. Stay down. Next up, we have Maxie, again, Mount Chimney. Well, inside the volcano this time. And we struggled with this. There was a few runs where confusion really hit us hard. But eventually, we just had to time it out, not get confused, and we plowed on through. Next gym, Tate and Liza. I never thought this would be so hard. I spent hours doing this. Okay, now, I probably should have done this at the beginning of the video, but I forgot. So, alright, here, I'm just going to throw up on screen, where's a good place? Here. Bing! Look at Wooper's stats. You see a problem? Yeah. Wooper has no defenses and no speed. The only good stats Wooper has are attack and HP. Nothing else. And attack isn't even that good. So, having to do 2-on-1 battles, bear in mind our strongest move, Earthquake, doesn't hit any of these 4 Pokemon, leaving us with our special attacks, Ice Beam and Surf, which don't work particularly well. I'm just going to show you a few clips about how badly everything went. We tried every possible tactic. Obviously we needed someone else in there, so we had HM stick around and just use Odor Sleuth and get killed in one shot. No matter how hard we tried, they would just take and take and take. We tried yawning. We even got freezers off and just couldn't do it. So I went away, grinded, came back level 69, kept going. Obviously, we have a different HM user here. Same thing. Try and yawn, but before we can even get anything, we've taken too much chip damage. We go away and we grind. I spent all night grinding off stream to get up to level 85. I had to even go and sort out some of the EVs, so I spent a lot of time manipulating the clock to allow me to plant berries and change my EVs. I've taken Wooper's speed up to 105 just so I can outspeed these, because that is the problem here. We are being defeated because we are slow. Here we go. We go in, and immediately we Ice Beam and take out the Zartu. That was cathartic. That felt good to happen. Obviously, our little buddy drops, and we Surf, which takes both Claydol and Solrock to nearly out. And then another Surf down, Surf, take out Lunatone. Finally, we win. Just to point out, we are level 85. We are nearly double our enemies' levels, and it was still close. After some shenanigans all over the place, we finally make it to Sutropolis City, where we get to fight Juan. Juan! I just like to say his name like that. Love Disc. Not even worth mentioning. Then it comes out with Whiscash. We just chip away at it. It amnesias, and we just keep going until it falls. CeeLo, one shot. Crawdon, one shot. Kingdra takes a little bit of time because it potions, but basically 2 Earthquakes and it falls. At level 87, we have our final gym badge. So, off the Victory Road. And oh, Wally. Yeah, Wally's a sweet. We're switching between Ice Beam and Earthquake. Everyone drops in one hit. Moving on. The Elite Four. Here we go. In-class time shine. We hit level 88 on the grind over, and we just jump straight on in. First things first, we come against Sid. Mighty Anna, we drop to a Surf, because it dropped our attack with Intimidate. Ice Beam takes out the Cacturn. Next up we have Shiftry. It lives the Ice Beam, and then 4 restores. Shiftry double teamed, making it slightly difficult to chip away at it, but we eventually did, bringing out Crawdont. Crawdont couldn't be taken out in one hit, and hits us for a revenge kill. We try again. We're fairly certain we can win this time. So once again, Surf, Mighty Anna down. Ice Beam, Cacturn down. This time, we decide to yaw to hopefully stop the Shiftry from setting up as many double teams. It hits us with a Swagger, which ain't great, but thankfully, we push through the confusion really fast. Don't know what I was doing against the Crawdon, just struggling to find a move. And finally, 2 hits and the Absol's down. It was close. Phoebe, on the other hand, is a much smoother run, alternating between Earthquake and Surf to save on pressure, stalling us out. We basically swept the entire team with almost nothing to worry about. In fact, most of the time she didn't even get a hit off on us, except her final Dusclops, which managed to hit us with 2 Shadow Balls, which was kind of scary. In fact, I never expected it to be so difficult in Glacia. Now, the problem here is we are not quite strong enough to one-shot the Celio. And that Celio sets up Hail, which every turn chips away a little bit more damage to us. We can't get through. We try again, and we get real close this time, managing to get 2 KOs, like 2 one-shots, on her first Celio and Glalie. Finally, we get the second Celio down, and we get frozen. And I'm ready to give up on this attempt. You would not believe my luck. We break out the freeze, take out the Glalie, Walrein comes out, we crit to finish with 11 hit points left. I honestly didn't think it was possible. Drake is a sweep. Ice Beam through the whole team. Well, I lied. We switch to Earthquake and take out the Kingdra, but Ice Beam gets everything else taken care of. We come against Wallace, and we don't have anything to take this on. Water is a difficult type for us, and I know Wallace has a Ludicolo. Now, that Ludicolo one-shots us every time, and we're level 90. So, there's no way to get around this. I'll be honest. I cheated here. This was the last day I was going to stream this. I didn't want to spend another day doing this, So I made use of PK Hex to quickly throw my level up to 100. I didn't change anything. I fiddled around with some of the EVs again, just to... It's something I could do in game though. Like, it's easily achievable. I wanted to finish the stream, so I cheated. You can say I failed the run there, but we sought ourselves out. We also went and picked up Double Team, because there is no way we can win this so long as that Lilycove can one-shot us. Sadly, we now have a little bit of difficulty even getting through to the Lilycove with Wailord one-shotting us a couple of times. So, my idea is, we don't need to set up many against the Wailord, because Wallace has a Whiscash that is no threat to us, and that is the perfect Pokemon to use to set up more double teams. We set up a couple, take out the Wailord, Lilycove comes out, and we have just enough double teams set up that we can take him on, I think. Luck is on our side. We hit, we get the freeze, letting us just chip away and finish off Lilycove. Tentacruel is a one-shot with Earthquake. Whiscash, we set up our remaining 4 double teams, taking us up to max evasion, meaning we just Earthquake, finish it after the 4 restore. 3 4 restores, mind you. Leaving us to take out the Gyarados with 2 Ice Beams, and finally Earthquake to take out the Melodic in 2 hits. That's it. We are the champion. We cheated to do it, but in class, the Wooper is the champ. Now, anybody who has played Pokemon Emerald knows there is a secret boss. It's not really so secret at this point, in Steven. Is it possible to beat Steven Stone with 1 Wooper? Short answer, no. Long answer, theoretically, if I had fiddled around with the EVs a bit more and used the right this and the right that, and I had gotten the best luck, maybe. I couldn't. I spent a good half an hour solidly doing this one fight. Over and over and over and over and over and over. I changed my held item. I tried different tactics. I did this, I did that, and nothing could get through. Double teams aren't much use here because Skarmory has Aerial Ace, which always hits. So, in 3 hits, we lose. So what we have to hope is that Skarmory would use Spikes and then Toxic. But that Toxic has to not hit, or if it does, we lose. I found the most effective way, which got me the furthest, is if I held a Pecha Berry to heal the poison, I could get an extra set of double teams in. But even then, once we get through Skarmory, which was very rare, Cradily would come out. And the problem with Cradily is it knows Giga Drain, which would one-shot us every time. I believe once, we beat the Cradily. I'm just going to show like about 30 seconds, maybe a minute of attempts. And these are the best attempts, mind you. So, that's how that went. In conclusion, can you beat Pokemon Emerald with a team of just 1 Wooper? No. I cheated. And couldn't do it. I could beat the league. Could not beat Steven Stone. If you want to give it a try and tell me I'm just terrible at Pokemon, please, go right ahead. If you want to comment stuff down below and tell me what you thought of this, because I'm going to be doing a few more runs of different stuff. If you want to suggest a run, throw it in the comments, or come check me out on Twitch. And you can suggest stuff in there. I stream almost, 5 days a week. So you can come and check me out doing that. You could also follow me on Twitter @TheBardickKnock. And please do not forget to like, subscribe, share, do all that YouTubey stuff. I mean, I'd love it if you do. You're under 0 obligation, because whatever. And next week, we are going to be doing something a bit different. We're going to be trying to see if we can beat Pokemon Colosseum without using a single Snag Ball. So, until then, stay safe, and happy adventures. Bye bye.